This is the Randi Rhodes Show. To speak with Randi, dial 561-270-3844. That's 561-270-3844.
No one has a monopoly on what it means to be an American. No one. Kamala has shown her allegiance to this nation, not by spewing anger and bitterness, but by living a life of service and always pushing the doors of opportunity open to others. She understands that most of us will never be afforded the grace of failing forward. We will never benefit from the affirmative action of generational wealth.
Damn. Listen, that line right there, we will never benefit from the affirmative action of generational wealth. Holy crap, put that on a t-shirt, put that on a coffee mug, put that on a flag, put that on your chest, have it tattooed. Never forget that. That explains in a nutshell exactly why income inequality and generational wealth are, it's a thing in this country that is prevented from happening for certain people. Generational wealth, you know that, okay? This is the purpose of Tulsa massacre and the axe handle Sunday, and all of this hatred. Whenever anybody who isn't a white Christian nationalist, profile and cowardice starts to look as if they might be gaining generational wealth, meaning passing it down from generation to generation, whether it be a family farm or a family business or a family bank account that's of note, right? Somebody has to come and burn it. Somebody has to come and tear it apart. Somebody has to come and steal it. Somebody has to come and tax it out of existence. It's the way that the top 1% keep control over the 90%. They don't have to do better. They don't have to try harder. They don't have to run faster. They don't have to jump higher. They don't have to do anything that would exert them or put them out or cause them to, train their mind or their body to do anything. No, because they inherit their wealth, and their wealth creates even more wealth. That's what we were showing you the other day with Dr. Abigail Disney, who is one of the people who is very aware. She's a self-aware philanthropist. She's a self-aware billionaire, okay? And she understands that until and unless others have the opportunity to pass on generational wealth, a house, a company, a gas station, a 7-Eleven, a franchise, a mechanic shop, whatever it is, a farm, that unless and until we incentivize the passing of wealth from one to another in families, that you will always have this inequality where the very, very, very top, like, I don't know, the pressure of a name, a Donald Trump, whose father earned his money by preventing certain people from living in his buildings so that he could charge more to white people to live in his buildings, passed on to his son. It was, what they say, $14 million Donald Trump inherited. And they say that if he would have just left it alone and let it sit in the stock market, let it ride on the S&P or the Dow Industrials, okay, the 30, he would have been richer than he is now, right? He would have been much, much more wealthy. But instead, he decided to use his money to, not pay others, to lord his power over people who do work for a living, over people who would build stuff for him, over people who would install things for him, would paint things for him, right? He's a cheat, he's a fraud, he's a phony, he's a liar, right? And that is the affirmative action of generational wealth. Wow, that just blew me away. That sentence just blew me away. It took me by surprise because I've never heard anybody say that before, and I've never heard it put so simply. And there's this theory of explaining things to people. You can call it a bunch of things. I call it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Where you take a complex idea or an idea that is simple and they make it complex, like lawyers do that. So you can't read the contract that you're entering into when you say, I agree to the terms of service, right? They make it complicated so you don't know what you're signing when you agree to use your credit card, right? They do it all the time. It's to bamboozle you. It's to get over on you. It's to, cheat you, scam you. And then say, well, you signed it. As if anyone could understand any of those 35 pages that you have to sign over and over and over again just to exist in this world, just to actually work in this world, right? But to keep it simple is to explain what's going on in a way that everybody can then say, oh, now that I know what the problem is, I can fix it. I can solve it. And I know where to look. You put somebody who is middle class into the presidency because they will govern for the middle class because they are the middle class. That's the beauty of them. It's the thing we liked most about Obama, too. It was the thing that we most liked about Bill Clinton, too. He was from a little town called Hope, Arkansas. You know that. It's the thing that we like the most about Coach Walz. Okay, he is the kind of guy you want to see in a position of power in this country. She is the kind of gal you want to see in a position of great power. And the right wing, they're so freaked out by her. They're just so freaked out that they go, her name is on everything that Joe Biden did. She doesn't mind that. That's number one. Number two, she was vice president, not president. That's like saying that Mike Pence was down with January 6th. Do you know what I mean? No, when the president, makes up his mind, that's it. That's it. And we all were told that repeatedly. And that Mike Pence could have and should have, but didn't. And therefore, he must be killed. He must be hanged. He must be hunted. Do you know what I'm saying? But somehow the right wing wants to, Kamala was responsible for every one of the Biden. First of all, the Biden policies worked. Second, it was like, 2 months into the Biden presidency, we had COVID relief. It actually happened. So I don't think she minds. But, the idea that we need people like that in the White House, that we need people like this in Congress, that we need people like that in the Senate. We need governors like that. We need people who actually make policy, who know how to help us so that they can help and end the affirmative action of generational wealth. End it. Because it's not available to everyone. Wow, that just blew me away. Truly, I was just moved by that phraseology, by that turn of a phrase. Now, Obama was fabulous too. We'll play you some of his speech. I mean, he was hysterical. She was great too. I mean, the fun was not. So you want to know what the troll was? I think a lot of people miss the troll of Georgia. When Georgia had their roll call and Little John came out, does anybody remember what started Donald Trump down the road of I have to beat Barack Obama? I hate Barack Obama. Barack Obama just humiliated me in public and I can't live with it. I have to do something to get even with him for landing a joke at the gridiron dinner. Does anybody remember that? When Barack Obama did his, and it's comedy. It's a comedy routine. It's a chance for the president to deliver jokes. That is one of the greatest dinners in all of Washington. Now, I've never been to it. Never. All the passes I've gotten, all the backstage passes, all the credentials I've been given, never ever was invited to that one. And that's on my bucket list. One day I will go. I don't know who will be the president that invites me, but one day I will get to go. But anyway, that was the one when Obama literally saw Donald Trump in the audience. They knew he was coming, right? I guess they invited him. I don't know. And he landed a whole bunch of jokes about Donald Trump's Celebrity Apprentice and how Donald Trump thinks he's smarter than everybody, better than everybody, and he was going to run for president. And Barack Obama said about the fight that happened between Gary Busey and Meatloaf. Remember that with the paint? And Barack Obama riffed on it, and he goes, but he didn't fire Gary Busey. He didn't fire Meatloaf. No, he made the wise decision. He fired Little John. And these are the decisions that would keep me up at night. You remember that? And Donald Trump was so last night, of course, Little John is from Atlanta, but when Georgia had to select a piece of music, not only did they pick a song by Little John, but Little John freaking showed up to troll Donald Trump. I mean, there was so much stuff going on there. It was just so, and if you got all the jokes, if you actually understood how well they deployed them, it was I'm telling you, she's Troll Master K. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.